Hello again, everyone. Welcome to False Count Anywhere on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. Erik Dunn here from Bridgewater, Massachusetts. Hope everybody is doing well. And yeah, this show tonight's gonna be very, very minimalistic, if you will. Not really that much to really talk about, to be honest with you. Next week is the real recap. Next week's the real show of Survivor Series, War Games. That whole card is going to get broken down for you on next week's broadcast. But for this one, it's just going to be just a Raw and SmackDown recap, where my head is going the Survivor Series, and a couple of Erik's thoughts regarding Patriots and Bruins and Celtics right now. So, you can find me Wednesday at 5 live on YouTube, Kick, and Rumble at Rhode Island Broadcasting, live on Twitch at RI_broadcasting, and live on Twitter at Broadcasting RI. Please find me there live every Wednesday night at 5. And then it'll get podcasted up on these platforms afterwards: Red Circle, Spotify, TuneIn, and iHeart Podcasts at RI Broadcasting. Please also follow us um, on our current platforms, uh, social media platforms. Sorry, are they there? There you go. Parlor, Gab, LinkedIn, Space Hay, Blue Sky, MeWe, TikTok, and Parlor at RI Broadcasting. If you want to help support us and help support this show going on daily or Sports Unfolded, that can be done at rhodeislandbroadcasting.net, so you can join the family. This broadcast of False Count Anywhere is the exclusive property of Erik Dunn Productions, Run Video, and Rhode Island Broadcasting for the use of our audience. Any publication, reuse, or redistribution by anyone is not prohibited and is given the express consent to be shared everywhere and is greatly appreciated. All right, so let's get this going, shall we? I'll begin with the SmackDown recap from last Friday night. The major development I saw was Sami Zayn being cleared medically to compete again, and he didn't come alone with help to fight off Solo Sikoa and the BFTs. That came with the Motor City Machine Guns, Ray Felix, and Shinsuke Nakamura. It sounds like SmackDown GM Nick Aldis is going to make a 5-on-5 elimination match on the SmackDown the night before Survivor Series. And then the major takeaway from Raw Monday night was the War Games teams are set. 5-on-5 for the men. It goes like this: Team Heyman, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and the final member, the Beast, Brock Lesnar. And then on the other side, World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk, WWE Champion Cody Rhodes, both Usos, Jay and Jimmy, and the OTC1 Roman Reigns. The teams are set. The full card will be revealed to you next week, and we'll go down match by match. John Cena had his final match of his career on Raw at MSG. It was a 6-man tag. It was him, Sheamus, and Rey Mysterio. Those two have had some pretty good memories with John as a friend and rival, ally or foe. That was against Judgment Day, in which Cena's team took it home, which was fantastic. There's only 2 more appearances left, guys. We are literally down to under 4 weeks at this point, just about 4. Survivor Series in San Diego at Petco Park, and Saturday night's main event at Capital One Arena. I literally cannot believe how fast a year has gone by like that. I can remember around this time a year ago, we were getting ready for the retirement tour for John. and we were just waiting for January to hit, and then okay, when's the Rumble? Then Elimination Chamber in March in Toronto, and like the pieces were there, and we're just like waiting, like where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You know, we were just waiting. It just seemed like it was yesterday, doesn't it? A year goes by just like that. Um, John Cena as Intercontinental Champion. I'll be the first to admit, pretty nice ring to it. He's finally a Grand Slam winner, which is a really great job for him. I'm really happy that he finally got that because I didn't know if they were going to, um, should I say, give it to him or drag it out. I wasn't too sure. But from my perspective here, it's a. I don't know if he's going to retire as champion. I've got a really bad feeling in my gut that he's going to lose this thing before he's done. I think he should retire with it. I think his last night at Capital One Arena, he should win and hold on to that title. And then when he officially is done with that match, then he should relinquish it and end his reign there. I think that would be just a storybook ending, a great way to go out for John. I mean, he had an amazing year, even though the heel turn, you know, you could take it or leave it. You know what I mean? The heel turn, you could take it or leave it. But overall, pretty happy with it. I mean, I didn't like him turning heel to begin with, though, anyway, because I didn't think it made any sense. But I mean, that's just my opinion. But for me, John's still John, and he's always going to be. And that's the big thing that I think a lot of people can see is even though it was his idea to turn heel, it wasn't as received as he thought it was going to be because they all still cheered for him and they still wanted him to be face. And it's funny how that works. So that's it for WWE until next week. Next week's going to be the full-on card for you. The recap of Survivor Series. Ron and I will give our predictions and where we stand. Let's go into Erik's thoughts to make this brief here. Erik's thoughts on Patriots. I'll go in order with the happiest first. Um, those of you that watched the matchup with the Jets last Thursday night, what you think? I didn't think it was all bad. 27-14 was the final. Pats have won 8 in a row. They're now 9-2. This Sunday with the Bengals is like an overwhelming mismatch. Giants are the same thing. And you know what? I find it kind of like ironic that they would have had 10 days to get ready for the Bengals, and then their bye week is going to prepare them for the Bills. That's a big deal. Because in my opinion, it's that rematch at Gillette with the Bills that I think is going to be the making or breaking point of their chances of getting the number 1 seed in the AFC. It's not going to be the Ravens. It's going to be the Bills. Bills currently stand at 7-3. This is not something that you can screw up right now. You need to keep winning. Because even though you have the head-to-head, Bills are still the Bills. You know what I mean? I still think that they're going to give us trouble. I still think that they're going to be a pain in the ass for our defense to have to handle. But I think offensively, we did enough great plays. Drake May in Buffalo was terrific. Andy Borgallis was clutch in the end. We all know that. I mean, like you have the bumps in a row. Sorry. Like you've had the bumps in the road, you know what I mean? And you've had the mistakes here and there. But the Pats are still the Pats. This is a much different team. It's a different year. It's a whole new system. I think in order for them to get the one, they have to win out. They have to go 15-2. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably more than likely not. Do I think 14-3? That's probably more favorable than 15-2, in my opinion. But Broncos have the conference record right now in hand. So our only chance of getting the 1 seed is to win out and the Broncos and Colts to lose one more time. Even though we have the conference record over the Colts because they're under us because they're the 3. I think with each passing week, I think we're going to see like how it's going to like vary. If that makes sense, I think with each passing week, it's going to vary based on who will go where and how it's all going to fall into place. But for the Pats right now, Drake May is still playing at an unbelievable level. He's playing at a great pace, and he's doing a lot of things right. A lot of things right. The injury to Milton Williams sucked, obviously. He's on IR now for 4 games, maybe even 6. I think we'll be lucky if we even see him again in January for the playoffs. So we'll have to see about that. Um, so that's it with the Pats, and we'll go from there. For those that are also 990 WBOB fans of I'm Done with Sports as well, um, um, tonight was the last program for 2 weeks. WBOB's taking Thanksgiving week off, so we're back on December 3rd. That's going to be pretty much an all Patriots recap. The rapid recap and the game notes and the takeaways for the Bengals and Giants. I don't even think I'm going to be able to get anything on Bruins and Celtics. Bruins on the Boston side, they've won 8 of the last 10. They're kind of, having their issues still. I mean, they had a problem with the Hurricanes. Providence Bruins, their 5-game win streak, that got snapped. But they're still 12-2. But Celtics, ugh. I would have never thought this would have happened. They're 8-7. They're in the bubble. They're ninth in the East. They committed a high 19 turnovers last night against literally the worst team in the league, the Brooklyn Nets. A very good church brother of mine who always talks basketball with me said that we lost everybody because of the second level luxury tax apron. My estimation is this: if that apron didn't exist, and if the NBA didn't put that in place, I think we would have had everybody around for at least one more year, meaning this year. And then if that would have happened, whatever. But without all those guys, Al Horford, Luke Cornett, Kristaps Porzingis, Drew Holiday, they were expensive, but they helped us. We don't have a perimeter in the paint. We don't have a big rebounding bigs right now. We don't have a lot of consistency on defense. Defense has been the biggest issue for us so far. I mean, they exploded from 3 last night. Payne Pritchard deserves a huge congratulations. He's now in Celtics history with 700 3-pointers made. He's now the 8th Celtic to do that in franchise history. But there's a lot of pieces that they're missing, and I don't think they're going to make any adjustments. I don't know what will happen, but I think right now a lot of attention is going to the Pats, and it should be. The Patriots right now deserve the attention. They're kicking ass. They're taking names. But Bengals and Giants are going to be tune-ups, in my eyes, for the Bills and Ravens, who are far more talented than them. But the Bills are the hardest on our schedule. I said this out loud. The toughest team we will face this year are the Bills. Everybody else, Buccaneers, Falcons. I mean, Falcons and Browns who blow anyway. They were the number 1 and 2 pass defense in the NFL. We were able to get through all of that and survive all that. We more survive Falcons and Bucks. But I mean, Bills is going to be the hardest stretch for us. Because to be honest with you, I don't want to face them 3 times. I don't want to face them 3 times. So, get the series and we go from there. But guys, next week, the nights of Thanksgiving Eve, Survivor Series Wargames. Ron and I will break it all down and give you exactly what you need to prepare for an amazing premium live event. And that will actually kick off a week I'm going to have off the first week of December because I've got a lot of events. And I'm actually going to tell you guys what that will be. So that's actually going to be Erik's Thoughts next week. That's not going to be just, all sports and yada, yada. So that'll be Erik's Thoughts. With that being said, on behalf of the man behind the scenes, the creator of RIB Rodrigo, Erik Dunn here saying so long and thank you from my home in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. This has been a presentation of False Count Anywhere on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. I'll chat with you next week on Thanksgiving Eve. Thank you for watching and listening.